Welcome to our reality. Please subscribe, follow, comment, like, whatever you're listening on. Please subscribe and follow us. We would really, really appreciate that. Thank you. And today, since, it's officially the new year, we're going to talk about 2023. We're going to talk about Indigo's favorite topic, the 5 worst.
Oh my god, yes.
That we saw.
Go ahead, girl.
Top 5 worst movies of 2023 that I personally saw. Disclaimer, did not see every movie, okay? We did not see every movie in 2023. It's just not possible, okay? I saw a total of 30 new releases in 2023, okay? I think that's enough to give my opinion, okay?
Yeah.
Number 5 for me is Five Nights at Freddy's. So that movie, I don't understand why. I mean, I guess I do. It has very loyal video game fans because this movie was about a video game.
Matthew Lillard was in it?
Yeah, he was in it.
Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah, I know. Good cast. A great cast. But it was just boring, honestly. Again, same thing with Exorcist Believer. Just boring. And I was wondering, I was like, okay, maybe this movie's really good because it was a huge box office success. I mean, it broke so many records, babe. It outgrossed its budget like 14 times over. That's how much money they made. It was the highest grossing horror film of 2023. And it had the biggest Halloween weekend ever with $80 million. And then it had the best ever U.S. opening for a horror film directed by a woman. That's the nice fun fact about this movie. It was directed by a woman. We love women. And then it had the best debut ever for a PG-13 horror film. Yeah. So with all those being said, I was like, okay, maybe this movie's good.
Maybe.
No. It just has an extremely loyal fan base, apparently, from the video game. And apparently the fans that enjoy the video game thought this movie was good. But in my personal opinion, it wasn't. They didn't really take it far enough. A lot of the movie was stale. We were just kind of waiting for the action. And then the action happened while I was in the bathroom. So then when I came back, I was even more irritated. So that was my number 5. What's your number 5, babe?
It's a Wonderful Knife.
Ooh,
I hated it.
No.
I hated that movie.
But it was gay.
It was stupid.
But it was gay.
No, I hated it.
It was really that bad?
Out of all of these, yeah. I'm not going to show you my list because I want to surprise you as we talk. But yeah, that's the worst out of this one.
Okay, why was it the worst?
I hated it. I hate stuff just to be a hater, you know?
Well, you gotta give me some reasoning.
Because it's the lamest fucking Christmas movie we saw, so it's on my list, and it came out this year, so I just put it in there.
Well, I'll give my thoughts on the movie since you brought it up.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the movie started off really strong. I thought, you were scared, remember? Because I was surprised the kills started really early. You didn't have much time to get into the movie. It was
Get into it.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes into the movie and we're already having like really brutal kills. I really wanted to, but I could not get down with Justin Long's performance.
No.
Yeah.
God, his teeth and his tan. Fuck.
I know. It was really cringy and bad. I know that's what he was going for. Like, I don't know. It's like, did he accomplish what he was trying to accomplish?
No.
Maybe. But, I don't know. It just, every time he was on screen, I was just like, oh God, let it stop. You know what I mean? And I don't know, that movie did something interesting. I guess spoiler alert, a little bit. The killer was, at least in the original timeline, was really obvious. Who you think is the killer is exactly who the killer is. Yeah. And so when they unmasked him, which that was also a shock. 10 minutes into the movie, the killer is revealed.
That was kind of lame.
And I was like, whoa. And it was exactly who you thought it was. I was like, okay. And I think just some of my other issues is that the supernatural, just all of those elements didn't quite make sense, and they didn't explain how that works.
Well, she was just wishing upon a star,
Yeah, so
another reality.
She starts feeling sorry for herself, and she, just without, like, really spoiling a whole lot, she wishes that she was never born, and then her wish was granted. And she wakes up in a new reality where she was never born. And that's, how it connects to It's a Wonderful Life. And that's pretty much all the extent of that connection. But it doesn't explain how that works, really, or why that works.
You just have to believe in something higher.
Yeah, you just have to believe it.
And you don't, clearly.
Okay. And then Justin Long's character at one point has some sort of supernatural ability to control, like mind control, of the town residents. But there's no explanation as to how he is able to do this.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I thought about it. And I was like, what?
We just figured it was his teeth doing the magic.
Not the veneers. The power of the veneers.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked the girls and their storyline. That was really cute. Babe, I cheered. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry. No, not the gay aunts were cool too. But... But no, the main character and then the girl that's the weirdo that everybody keeps calling her a weirdo in both realities.
I thought they were cute.
They were cute. We cheered when they kissed at the end. Oh, that's my other issue.
What?
Okay, and this is probably the biggest issue I have with the movie. It's just how quickly they believe her. How in the new reality where she doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
She goes to her family's home.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that like still doesn't believe her is her dad, and I'm like, okay, great.
But
the aunt just like so quickly, she was, you did this one really embarrassing thing when you were a teenager, and I know that. And then the aunt was like,
well, like, also, who would know this one? It was a weird fact. Like, no one else would know.
Like, that was all it took for her to buy into the fact that there's some sort of supernatural ability for multiple realities, and in one reality she was in your family, and in this reality that you've known your whole life she doesn't exist, but apparently she does, and you just believe her.
I would. If you told me something like that, I would believe.
Off of one embarrassing story.
I believe a lot of crazy things, Amber. Easy peasy.
You know what's funny is this was on your list as one of the worst movies of the year, and I feel like I'm criticizing the movie and you're defending it.
Girl. No, because I believe in random stuff like that, Amber. You have to see it to believe it.
But I just think it's funny. I'm critiquing the movie and you're defending the movie from all my critiques.
Yeah, there wasn't much for me to critique. But I didn't like it, Baby. But it's still my bottom 5.
Alright. My number 4 was Exorcist Believer. And if you want to check out our full review, we have another video on our channel. Or you can listen to our Halloween podcast to find it. We talked about it there. It was boring. They didn't do anything interesting. And they, speaking of box office, they spent $400 million to have the rights to The Exorcist, to make this movie. And to plan a trilogy.
Just to be a toilet plunger? Are you kidding me?
A horrible movie. It has a 4.8 out of 10. On IMDb.com, which is really bad. And they only grossed worldwide $136 million. So for budget-wise on what they spent to actually make and market this movie, they kind of broke even, I think. They made enough. But in terms of when you put it into perspective of $400 million they spent to get the rights, absolute bomb. I mean, it did terrible. I don't know what they're gonna do. I guess they have to move forward with the sequels to even make any money back for buying the rights, but yikes, I hope they do a lot better, because this was not good. Yeah, that's my number 4. Alright, babe, what's your number 4?
So 4th is actually Cocaine Bear.
4 is Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear, cocaina!
For Indigo.
Yes.
Dang, you really didn't like Cocaine Bear?
No, I thought it was gonna be different.
Yeah.
I went in with like very different expectations, and then I feel like the movie experience was really fucking ruined for me because they took forever bringing out your popcorn, and then we were in the middle of a fight. And I was just really kind of awk, dude.
Were we fighting?
Yes, we were.
Oh. So, do you think it's possible that the
No.
movie experience was ruined by extraneous factors and not the movie itself?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you think that this movie deserves to be in your top 5 worst of the year?
It's already there. It's too
Okay,
late.
it's too late to take
And
it back.
it honestly is such a fucking stupid movie.
It
like,
is,
what
but that's
the hell?
that's why I like it. Because it's
God.
just so stupid. And
No.
it's so funny. It works. It's a stupid funny. It works. Now, was it as funny as I wanted it to be? No. No, it wasn't.
I feel
but
like
it was
they missed
still,
some stuff, dude.
there was some parts that just really got to me. Like, I was, even despite the fight, I was laughing my ass off. I liked it. I think the one thing that kind of was annoying was having all the different storylines because there were so many different people. I feel like in some ways those weren't meshed well together. The little kids, I felt like, got a little too much screen time, I think.
Yes, the ones that got lost.
Yeah.
And then how did she, like, the little girl, I was confused at how she got to, like, rocks.
Me too. That part was a little
Ugh.
But I really liked the park rangers. That was fucking funny. Margot Martindale, she's always great. She always plays these really particular roles. And Jesse Tyler Ferguson, I thought they were both great as the park rangers.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
That part was really funny. Really obvious. Like, you can't go into this movie taking it seriously. I mean, again, it's called Cocaine Bear.
Okay.
So as long as you go into it without taking it super seriously, you're gonna enjoy it. Unfortunately, Indigo did not enjoy it because we were in a fight. So, maybe we'll try that movie again someday.
Maybe.
When we're not in a fight.
Not
And
fighting.
we'll enjoy it. That was your number 4.
The third would be Megan.
Okay.
Are you saying the third one first or me?
So my last 3 are all straight to streaming movies, basically, so that's not a good sign.
Yes.
My number 3 is, and I just want to clarify too, none of the movies I saw this year I hated. I just want to clarify that. I didn't hate any movie that I saw this year. There were some duds, but none of them were egregiously bad. Just want to throw that out there. Because especially with this movie, I wouldn't say it was egregiously bad. It just wasn't very good. So number 3 was Xmas. So basically, the movie is about a guy who recently broke up with his girlfriend, or recently got dumped by his girlfriend.
Oof.
And he's a workaholic, and he tells his family, I don't think I can come home because I have like this work project that I need to finish. But it's really just because he's super depressed because of the breakup. And so he does decide to surprise his family and go home. He goes home to find that his ex is there. And
At home?
Yeah, and his family invited her to all the Christmas festivities.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. The premise of it is kind of cool. Like, it's kind of funny and fucked up. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. It just wasn't executed super well. A lot of the jokes didn't really land. It's not a movie that I wouldn't watch this again. It just wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's got to be my number 3. But it's cute. I mean, it does have some redeeming qualities to it. Honestly, if I probably remade this list, it might not be this low.
Oh.
But it's pretty low. So I'm going to keep it. It's still in my top 5 worst movies I saw. But like I said, it's not terrible. And I think there are certain people that would love this movie.
Me?
It just wasn't for me.
Would I like it?
Probably. And I think it was the same issue as you people, where I just didn't feel like the leads had good chemistry, and that's why the movie really fell off for me. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe that they were in a relationship. I didn't believe that they had feelings. I just didn't believe it. They didn't have chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
They had some moments that were kind of funny, but other than that, it was no romantic chemistry whatsoever.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So that's what made it really a dud.
I think number 2 would have to be You People. You People. Yeah. It has to be. Well, okay. So I've been doing some thinking while you're doing that. Nothing, just on your phone. But
I just finished talking.
I would have to say my biggest problem with this was the lack of chemistry between these people. I hated it because it could have been good. I really think it could have been good.
I know the concept was really funny. You know, we're in an interracial relationship, and so I really was like excited to watch this movie and be like, "Ooh, this is interesting," because it's about an interracial relationship with a white boy. I'm a white boy. And it, like you said, the chemistry was not there. And it wasn't, like, I don't know, the jokes just didn't land.
No.
90% of the jokes did not land. And Eddie Murphy was in it. I was like, this has to be funny.
Wasn't.
And it wasn't. Just this movie, it could have been good. I think that's the perfect description. It could have been good, but it just wasn't. Because that's my number 2, too. That's my number 2 worst movie of 2023.
Whoa.
It was a big disappointment, that's for sure. On to the number 1 worst movie I saw released in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was The Outlaws, which was a Netflix movie that my family forced me to watch while I was home one time. Basically, the movie is, there's this guy who's like super straight-laced. He's a banker.
He's gross.
And he has this girlfriend, and he goes to meet his in-laws, and turns out his in-laws are bank robbers, aka the movie's title, The Outlaws. Get it?
Oh, okay.
Instead of the in-laws, it's the outlaws.
They're crooked
Ha
people.
ha 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 ha. Yeah, this movie's super forgettable. I had to kind of look up the synopsis to remember it, honestly. It was just not very good. And again, no chemistry between the 2 lead actors. Can they stop doing that? Like, if you're gonna have romantic interests, they need to have chemistry for you to do that.
Yeah.
Because it was Nina Dobrev and Adam Devine.
Nina
and they
did
had
good stuff.
Yeah, but they had no chemistry whatsoever. I'm sorry, Adam Devine, I don't like his comedy. He does not work for me. And so I knew when they turned this movie on, I was like, I'm not going to like this because I don't like him. But I gave it a chance because Nina Dobrev and Ellen Barkin were in it. And I love Ellen Barkin from Animal Kingdom. I love her from Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
She was really good in that. So I gave it a chance, and then it was not good. Not good at all. It was the worst movie I saw all year.
That's... Wow.
Yeah.
Worst.
The very worst. This is... I know how I said there's not any bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
Not egregiously bad. This is as close as it gets to egregiously bad without being egregiously bad. So,
crazy.
it was definitely the worst. That's my number 1.
The Holdovers is Indigo's number 1 hated list of all 2023. Nothing can get worse. Because that's how bad it is. Interesting that people liked it, though.
I've seen a lot of people put it on their top 10.
I just can't get into it. And I don't know if I just need to be in a different place in my life to understand it, or like...
Yeah.
What? Because I had absolutely no distractions. Like, I even put my phone away because I had heard really great things about it, and I was so excited. Even the preview kept exciting me, but once I got to it, my mind kept drifting away, and it couldn't capture my attention.
No, it's definitely a movie that I think if you have any sort of ADHD, you're gonna have a hard time with, because it's so slow and dialogue driven.
The beginning, it took forever to start. Like, I couldn't even... No, I was out before it even started, if I'm being serious.
Yeah, it's very dialogue heavy. And it's very character driven. So, I could see... You know, it's kind of funny because I thought you would actually like that movie. really. I thought you would like it because I thought you would relate to the characters. Obviously, your parents are not great. His parents are clearly not great. So I thought you would kind of relate to that a little bit and empathize with it, and, you know, it would get your emotions. But I also see how your ADHD was acting up and was like, what the fuck is going on? I am bored.
I finished the whole box of whales because I just couldn't stop. I just wanted to not hear it anymore, so I kept crunching on those bitches. And you know how loud they are. I wanted to ASMR for y'all.
You know, yeah, that movie's definitely one of those movies that it's like a slice of real life. And so I appreciated it for that fact.
Uh-huh.
I did feel that the characters felt very real and felt very relatable. Mm-hmm. So I appreciated it for that fact. But it wasn't as good as everyone was making it out to be. I wanted it to be better. I think you do have to be in a certain kind of mindset to enjoy that movie. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't there. I do think it was good. I do think it was very well written. I do think it felt very real and relatable. Mm-hmm. I think it was too long. There was a lot that could have been cut down, and the editing could have been a little bit better, so it didn't feel as slow. Mm-hmm. It did feel very slow, and it felt like it kind of dragged. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people really liked it, so it just didn't work as well for me, and it clearly didn't work very well for you. Alright, well, that was our 5 worst movies of the year. That was Reality Queerness, okay. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Hate mail, whatever you want. Just engage, you know?
Engage with us. Let us know that you're here, okay?
Because
tell us
we're here. And queer.
And queer. That's right. Look at you, baby. Tell us if you agree or disagree with our list. Anything and everything. We'll appreciate it.
Tell us if you hated any of ours.
Yeah, tell us if it was just wrong. Just flat out wrong.
Alright, that's it.
That's it. Happy birthday to Indigo.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
birthday.